Hey guys, welcome to Devotion. We are on Devotion number 67, and this one is called A Perfect World. The scripture comes from Romans 8 and 18. For I consider the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. Baby, that reminds me of that gospel song. What it go like, I know the things that I'm suffering here on earth would be, is preparing me for the great reward that God gonna give me in here. I can't remember the song though. But yeah, like you gonna suffer some things here on earth, especially if you live for Christ. But just know that suffering gonna come with the best reward that you can ever receive. And it says, imagine a different life, a different world where everything was as perfectly as planned with no sickness, no hurt, and no pain. Would you still need God? And to start right there, I talked about this in the vlog or a devotion. Like everybody want to be perfect, but like if you was a perfect person, what would you need God for? If you already perfect, you got everything, you know everything, you need everything, you ain't got no issues. What you need God for? Huh? Nothing. It's better the case. If you're a perfect being, you don't need Him. God already know we are all imperfect beings. Nobody is perfect. So if you think you're perfect, then you basically saying you don't need God because what you need Him for? And to continue, we often go to God when we need something. Having an easy, perfect life doesn't call on a need for God. Often trials and tribulations bring us closer to Him. We learn that we can lean on Him when we don't have His understanding of what we are going through. We've learned that we should always come to Him in the good times and the hard times. Um, and a lot of times, when a lot of people find Christ, or when they go ahead and give their life to Him and fully dedicate themselves to Him, it's because they're going through a time. Because like we forget when we don't go through stuff that we still supposed to pray and thank God for things and be happy and grateful for what He has given us. And oftentimes we only talk to Him and pray to Him and seek Him when we're going through stuff. And sometimes He put those trials and tribulations in your life to bring you back closer to Him. Because as long as you feel like your life perfect, you're not gonna call on Him, because half of the time He only get called on when somebody is in need. Have you ever lifted weights? Lifting causes damage to your muscles, building them up stronger than they were before. That is what can happen when we learn to come to God. We're torn down only to be built back up by the Lord and come out again and come out of the pain stronger than before. Our roots grow deeper, so when storms arise, we are ready, standing strong in God's armor as the wind whips the trees around. We don't live in a perfect world. When the storms, the trials, tribulations come, the only way to remain steadfast and strong, ready to face whatever comes, is by tapping into God's strength. And when you're going through trials in life, warfare, all that stuff, you have to know your word. If you don't know your word, you will be lost. You will be miserable. I mean, warfare is already hard as it is, but if you're doing it without having your word deeply rooted in you and not having a relationship with Christ, it's even worse. By equipping ourselves with Scripture, we can stand on a solid foundation, knowing that God's plans far outweigh the storm. When the winds pick up, we stand strong. It's not always easy. In fact, we all had to let the storm blow us around in the past. But the next time you sense a storm coming, ask God to cover you in His peace and let the clouds pass you and remain unshakable. I keep looking because my battery flashed for the camera to go dead. But I want to finish this one before I change the battery. But yeah, like I said, when you're going through storms and trials and tribulations, you have to remember that you're supposed to already be in your word. But when stuff like that happens, you're supposed to be even harder in your word, because it ain't no other way you're gonna make it. You're not gonna make it by yourself. So you got to stay in your word and have that relationship with Christ. So when you're going through these storms, like it says, you can pray and ask God to help bring you on through. And you got this says, God is chasing after you. He is the light of the world, even when it seems too dark. We don't live in a perfect world, but we live in God's perfect will and plan for us. Let His strength watch over you and build you so that you will be fully prepared for whatever comes your way. And yeah, so that was devotion number 67. I will see y'all in 68. Y'all have a good one.